this particular idea I've been working on, the inspiration, I don't know if I have an inspiration just yet. I do know things I'm attracted to, like the Nike logo. I'm incorporating that in a lot of my work right now. Basically, I'm getting an image outside of the Nike logo. I mean, I'm putting an image within the Nike logo, but cutting off everything. So this is what's next. I already have the first layer here. So now I have to get the second layer on here. Oh, the fucking scoop. Fucking scoop. Fucking bitch. Nobody has a fucking scoop at this time. Still gotta line it up the way I want. It looks really good. How long did it take you?
I'm here since like 4.
Wow.
But I took my time like putting all the
Right. Right. You don't want to rush. You don't want to.
No.
It's scary. We use this this in something screen printing emulsion to burn images, and it's very sensitive to blue light. So that's why this room is like this, because you don't want to cure it. This is what that is. So for this particular project that I'm working on, I am very inspired by Nike and Shibori photography, I guess. And with Nike, like a lot of brands that I like, Nike, Carhartt, I like their logos, and I like how the logos are very, I don't know, very loud and very recognizable. I'm gonna coat it with another coat of emulsion, and I want to put an image in these blobs. That's why I got to do this again. And then I'm trying to incorporate my interest in Shibori with these big logo brands, because without the logo, these brands don't really exist. And I guess I'm kind of borrowing a lot of these ideas, like the Shibori images I'm putting into the Nike checks. Also, these two worlds will never collide, so it's kind of like, for me as an artist, drawing these bridges that would never happen. Shibori is obviously you're not gonna see people wear like a Shibori image, photography image on a shirt, right? Because that's, I don't know, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely not popular culture, especially because it's very sexual too. It doesn't have to be, but it is. It's one of my favorite brands because it does its job so well. Nike's well known everywhere. And so yeah, just trying to incorporate Shibori within that world where it doesn't make sense with sports. Shibori is not sports related. But yeah, I guess my inspiration is just like my fantasy collab, I guess. What I would put together, these two worlds together that don't belong, and I'm putting it together because that's my fantasy. I'm just experimenting with these images. I don't quite have a message yet, but I do know I am purposely borrowing and not creating a lot of my own image. I'm bringing images together. So, copyright, stuff like that, it's not really in my head because I'm creating with all this just freedom, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just I guess it's a philosophy. I'm borrowing, but I'm layering, and I'm also creating a new context actually. For example, the Nike and then the art of Shibori. I'm bringing these two contexts together that don't make sense, but I'm trying to create a new context with the sportswear brand. And I guess it's just the freedom to borrow without consequences. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of trial and error. I think most of my work that I've released or have made or shown or displayed, I don't need too much, but
also, I remember she was talking about salt.
yeah.
What do you use it for?
It's the same thing. It does the same thing as soda ash. It keeps like ink, you know, in there. But I guess the combination is really good too.
Oh, the combination.
Yeah.
You got sauce. I got sauce in there, actually.
How's your stuff going though, bro?
Oh, just started.
Just started? Pat, did you hear that? He just started. I have stuff, but I'm not proud of him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. On my way here, I was tripping. I was like, wait, did she say like the studios are open on the weekends? I was like going through it in my head, like, okay, so if I can't show up to studio today, I can just say like, oh, my project is didn't turn out well. You know, I got rid of the pieces. And thank God
Oh.
it ended. So he's like talking to the school right now to see if we can get a refund.
yeah.
It's just, I think he was like really intimidated by the teacher. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Not surprised. Remember what happened to that TA?
Yeah.
She was there one day and like Jess made her do like everything and she just never showed up after.
I want to be a TA for Peter though. That'll be fun. Just crack jokes all day. I am a student, obviously. So for me, all of my work, everything that I do, is not at a professional level whatsoever. So for me, I'm still working on that time. I'm still working on getting the lines to line up, I guess. You know, the colors to lay right, the story to make sense. And I guess also, I'm not worried about too much of a meaning. You know, I'm making, and then I'm obviously trying to figure out the meaning after or eventually. But I'm gonna be a student for a long time, and most of my work is all practice. I have ideas in my head that I want to bring out, and the frustration comes from not being able to.
I really like it.
Or not having the skill to create the image in my head that I want to translate into our actual work. And then when you do have the skill, we're gonna put this little rope so the air can go through it.
No, that's fine.
Earned it for a longer period of time, but now we can go and wash this out. You don't really have I don't know. You know what? Skill. I think I'm working on skill. I have ideas, but I think I have better ideas than I have better skills. My skills they're all right, but I think I'm still sharpening my skills. Like I said before, it's all practice at this point. I'm still practicing. I'm gonna be practicing for a long time. So the frustration, I guess, there's no frustration, but there is frustration in my own lack of skills, and then maybe time, because I don't know. Sometimes you can't practice all day for critique, right? You have to have some work that stands out or that can be strong, and I don't feel like personally my work have been very strong because of the time and skill balance. I think my skills are lacking. I do have a lot of time, but my skills, I gotta get it up there. I'm proud of. It doesn't define me. I can continue to make more work, to sharpen my skills, to practice. So I guess that's the happy. That's what makes everything. You know, it's like it's not a big deal. So, you know, yes, I can be frustrated. Yes, I can, you know, spend a lot of time on something and it doesn't turn out. But that's the thing. I can spend more time on it.
Is it falling down?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it
sliding
is.
down.
Oh, no. it's sliding off, so I'm just gonna hold it down.
Thank you.
Are you doing, which one are you doing?
I'm doing the dispersed dyes.
Dispersed? I don't think I've ever done that one.
So you paint on the fabric,
Uh-huh.
you paint on the paper,
Uh-huh.
and then you put it here in the heat press to print.
Synthetic material. The first press, second press, third press, fourth press. So it doesn't look as good as it goes on because it loses that. So I'm gonna do it again and it's gonna be second press.
I feel like SCIC or the school makes it feel like I can critique. It's not the end of, it's not the end all, right? Like I come to critique. It's always like a work in progress type of conversation. So yeah, so it's ever going, and that, I guess that's a good thing. It doesn't last. The pain doesn't last. The critiques doesn't last. So we can keep going and we can keep sharpening our skills, and that's the good thing. Art as a creative outlet. I kind of have to combine the answers to this. I think art versus a lot of professions stands out as a endless, like there's an infinite times you can try and redo something. You can't do that with other type of work, I guess. I think art, you can make a mistake, you can do it again, you can make a mark that you didn't mean to make, and you can redo it, you can take that mark out, or leave it and reinvent that mark. So for me, that is why I stuck to art, because there's no one way to do anything. You know, there's no structure, this is the only way you can do things. It doesn't really exist. It can exist in some, I guess, school of thought, but not in 2023. I don't feel like any of my instructors that I've ran into taught art that way. So for me, art is probably the only outlet that I can think of that allows you more error than anything. So infinite amount of errors, infinite amount of tries, infinite amount of reinventing yourself, and making those mistakes become the idea. I don't have any more questions or thoughts that I want to share, but I mean, these questions that I answered, they're gonna change. They're gonna change as I grow, as I don't know, as I face new different types of challenges. But as of right now, it's pretty make before meaning for me. You know, I've ran into more people that make that way. So yeah. The making comes before the meaning. That's 100% in my practice.
Thank you very much.
My ink kind of fucking fell off. Like, it came off.
You should have known where to.
don't even think this is the point.